He told investigators that he used his medical studies to inflict the worst damage.
Emmanuel Espinoza, better known as Manny to friends and family, from Frostproof, Florida, just 21 years old in his fourth year of pre-med at the University of Florida in Gainesville, had his dreams set on becoming a doctor. He was so close to that reality until the dark thoughts that he'd been hiding for years took over, and there was no coming back from the tragic event that took place on what was supposed to be a warm and loving weekend home with family. Manny is the youngest of 3 children. He has an older sister and an older brother. All 3 children were described as truly amazing, well-mannered, remarkable images of their always supportive parents. In high school, Manny was described as a genius who was always kind and quiet-spoken. He graduated high school with a 4.5 GPA and was even the valedictorian of his graduating class. During his speech, he of course thanked God and also his brother and sister for being the best siblings ever, and his mom and dad for sacrificing so much and being the perfect role models.
I want to thank God, my brother, my sister for being the best siblings ever, and my mom and dad for sacrificing so much and for being the perfect role models.
Manny's mother, 46-year-old Elvia Espinosa, a second-grade teacher at Ben Hill Griffin Jr. Elementary School. Parents of her students throughout the years described her as a saint. She loved her students like her own. In fact, she was so involved with her own children that as they were growing up, she would teach at the same schools they were attending so that she could be close to them. Manny's sister Marisol said she was the perfect mother, so supportive, and she taught inside and outside of the classroom. She was always full of life and always encouraging and supporting our dreams. She also said that the biggest lessons that she has learned from all this is to just trust God.
This lesson, I think, is to trust God, and she taught me how to be a great mother and sister.
So what rocked this perfect family into an unimaginable horror? On the weekend of April 6, 2024, Manny's mother was supposed to go and visit him in college. However, that same weekend, his grandfather was having a family event that was taking place, so he told his mom that he would just spend the weekend with her at home. His mom was beyond excited to have her baby boy home for the weekend. She was buying his favorite snacks, getting the house ready, making plans, telling friends and family how happy she was that she was getting to spend the weekend with him. Meanwhile, Manny takes the 3-hour drive from Gainesville to Frostproof, and while on that drive, the decision was made that changed the lives of so many forever. Around 2 p.m., Manny arrives at his mother's home. He gets out the car, walks up the sidewalk while listening to a song called No Church in the Wild by Jay-Z and Kanye West. This song is about 12 years old, but if you take it back to his high school valedictorian speech, you remember that he thanked God in that speech. So to know that he's listening to a song with these types of lyrics while about to do the unimaginable just adds to the confusion. The beginning of the song, the words recite, "What's a God to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? Will we make it out alive? All right, no church in the wild." The song continues to say, "Tears on the mausoleum floor, bloodstains on the Colosseum doors, lies on the lips of a priest, Thanksgiving disguised as a feast." These are the words that he's listening to as he takes this walk up the long sidewalk to his mother's door. He reaches the door, tries to go in, but it's locked. So he knocks on the door, and on the Ring doorbell camera, you can see clearly Manny has a knife hiding behind his back. Here is some footage from the news conference with Sheriff Grady Judd from the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Notice behind his back, there's the knife. His beautiful mother was so excited to see her son, she opened the door. The second she opened the door,
Polk County Sheriff says Emmanuel Espinoza walked into his mother's home and then stabbed her 70 times. Deputies say the University of Florida pre-med student told them that he had wanted to do that for years.
we have another audio that we're not going to play from the inside of the house where she's screaming, "Manny, Manny, Manny," and he's not saying one word.
Inside the home, Manny proceeds to stab his mother in spite of her desperate pleas and questions of why. At one point, he stops, but then he noticed that her hand was still moving, so he proceeds to go at it again. Over a total of 70 times, he has struck his mother. When he finally finishes his mission, he walks into the kitchen to wash off his hands and the knife. That's when he realized that he cut himself. And like any child who gets a boo-boo when they're at home, they go to their mother for help. And that's exactly what he did. He walked into the other room to go ask his mom for Neosporin, only to be reminded that his mother is no longer alive. He knows now he needs to call 911 and inform them of what he just did. The 911 operator answers, and Manny calmly says, "I killed someone."
He immediately called 911 and confessed, and we have a clip of that for you.
Hello? Hello? Yes, tell me exactly what happened. I killed someone. Okay, I've got help on the way. Stay on the line. What? Stay on the line with me, okay? I've got help on the way for you, okay? Okay, sir. Okay, I want you, yes, sir. I want you to take everything out of your pockets, and I want you to keep your hands out of your pockets. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. How did this happen?
Now, police arrived and Manny put up no fight. When in questioning, searching for his motive, to their surprise, he didn't really have one. He claimed to love his mother. In fact, their relationship was an 8 out of 10. When they asked if he did it for money, he told them no. Anytime he needed money, she would actually send him whatever he needed so that he didn't struggle or stress in college. She wanted him to enjoy the college years with no financial worries and to solely focus on his education. So the only reason he could give investigators as to why he did what he did was because he'd been thinking about it for years and that she would sometimes get on his nerves by talking out loud to herself. And he figured since he would be home for the weekend, it was the perfect time to do it. Manny even went as far as telling the police that he learned during one of his medical classes exactly where to strike his mother in order to inflict the worst damage. Now, I don't understand why he felt the need to do this at all, let alone to his perfect mother. The entire situation is filled with so many unanswered questions and heartbreaking circumstances. I can't imagine how the siblings are feeling knowing that they lost their loved one to the hands of another loved one. At any point, did he not think, stop, this is not going to end well. My hopes and dreams of becoming a doctor and my freedom are now over. There is no prior history of anger issues, no drug or alcohol problems, no mental illness. It was just a moment of a mind made up and no turning back.
Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else to say about this. It is one of the most bizarre murders that we've dealt with in a very long time.
Currently, Manny is being held in the Polk County City Jail charged with first-degree murder and destroying or tampering with physical evidence. And in May of 2024, the state of Florida is seeking the death penalty for the slaying of his beautiful mother. May she rest in peace.